Well, Bill, when it comes to supporting a crew, the big picture is really pretty big. And when we go to 6 people, we'll need to make sure that we have docking ports for visiting vehicles, electrical power, a lot of life support equipment, supplies, experiments, international agreements, all that sort of thing. And on this mission, we helped take care of a few of those things. For example, we brought up the S6 truss, which roughly doubles the amount of payload electrical power. We brought up some replacement parts for their new life support equipment here on station that Mike Fink is installing even as we speak. And we brought Koichi Wakata right here. And he's part of our big international plan. So I think we're well on the road to a 6-person crew, but as I said, the big picture is pretty big, and we've got to stay on top of it with all these elements that contribute to it.
You know, I was really struck by that yesterday watching the spacewalk. There was one scene from a wide-angle shot showing Joe up on the, I guess around the P3 truss near the Nader UCAS, and it was just the scene, the scale of the thing was pretty impressive. And Tony, of course, gets to fly the shuttle away and I guess give everybody their first view of a symmetrical space station for the first time in a long time. Tony, how's it going, and what are you looking forward to on Undock?
Oh, it's going great, and I think you already captured it. I'm looking forward to one, getting to fly the Space Shuttle Discovery, and then also get to see the view of the space station back to symmetric. Brew and Swanee were up on 117 and made it symmetric, and Brew got to fly the undock and get to see the view, and so I'm looking forward to the view on the separation and the fly around.
Well, guys, thanks a lot. Koichi, I apologize. They tell me I'm out of time. You guys have a great rest of your flight, and look forward to seeing you back down on the ground.
Okay, Bill, it's nice to talk to you again, and thanks a lot for the good coverage of our space program.
Discovery ISS, this is Houston ACR. That concludes the CBS News portion of the event. Please stand by for a voice check from WOFL-TV.
Call us today at 1-800-NEW-LEXUS.
I'd like to read the following statement, but I do so under my own free will. It has come to my attention that NBC sucks. I apologize for
Discovery ISS, this is WOFL-TV. How do you hear me?
So, in summary, NBC bad. Fox, good. CBS great.
We hear you loud and clear. We have some background. Sounds like commercials, though.
Okay. Do you want to try to fix that, or are we able to fix that at all, or? Discovery ISS, this is WFL. How do you hear me? Is that better?
We hear you loud and clear. That's much better.
Okay, great. Well, Commander, we'll start with you. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. What does this mission mean to you?
Well, I think more importantly, what's it mean to our space program? And that means a larger, more capable International Space Station. We brought the S6 truss, which greatly increases the electrical capability for payload on our International Space Station. So that's what we're really most proud of. It's more about our space program than any individual accomplishment.
All right, Lee, you had to dodge some space debris today. Tell us what happened.
Well, we just got a brief message saying there might be possibly some orbital debris near our flight path, so we had to put the space station, the entire stack, in a slightly different trajectory. It's almost essentially a non-event. We're just changing our trajectory ever so slightly.
This next question is for Joe. Many of our viewers know you as a teacher at Melbourne High School. What's the one thing that your students may have taught you, and how did it help on this mission?
Well, as a teacher, the students always keep you on your toes, and you need to improvise every day because you really never know what's going to happen the next day in the classroom. And we do a lot of that up here, as you can see from yesterday, and things are constantly changing. So actually now I thank those students for keeping me on my toes.
This one's for everyone. As if we can get the microphone around to everyone as quickly as we can, what's the one thing, only one thing, that you miss from home?
Yeah, as a Japanese, I really miss the hot spring in Japanese mountains. That's something that I would like to have maybe in the future.
Of course, I miss my family, but I also miss weather on Earth because it's always the same up here every day.
After 4 months up here and having a wonderful time, I'm looking forward to being outside.
I'm actually looking forward to my bed. It's a little difficult floating around and sleeping in space, at least when you first get here.
I'm going to see my family.
And the same, my family.
And I can't come up with a better answer, so ditto for me too.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Well, Sandra, you're on your way back. What accomplishments will you bring home with you?
I think during the time that Mike and I and Yuri have been here, we've accomplished a lot. We've gotten the station ready for 6-person crew. You know, the shuttle that I arrived on brought a lot of the crew quarters, the new exercise equipment, the water regeneration equipment. We've been working very hard to get the station organized and the stowage under control so that when we start bringing up more supplies and more support equipment, it's ready for that. We've been able to do a lot of science and payloads, more than was even planned. So I think overall it's been a very good mission, and the three of us have accomplished a lot, and we're all very happy about it.
Last question for you here, Joe. A lot of people on this end are just, you know, cringing with the thought of the new water recycling system. What's the fun fact that you can tell us? Because I'm sure it's something that, you know, all of us here are just wondering how that all works. What do you think of it?
Well, I think I'm going to pass this over to Sandy. She's much more of an expert, but it is an interesting thought when you're going from... we'll get past it over to Koichi, but going from urine to water is pretty darn interesting.
Yes, Sandy and Mike have been working on the installation of the distillation assembly, and I'm looking forward to drinking and you know, try to find out how it tastes. So I'll let you know later.
Who can fill me in on the odor-eating underwear? How's that going?
Yeah, that's one of the development thing of the Japanese Space Agency and the people supporting the project. And what I'm wearing is one of the JAXA J-wear that has effect to reduce the odor. And so far nobody has complained, so I think it's so far so good.
All right, one more question here for you, Joe. What do you say to all the people in the Florida community? Everyone is just so proud of all of you, and specifically here in Florida, so many people here know you. What do you say to the people here?
Well, I'd like to thank everyone in Florida. The support has been just fantastic from when I first applied to become an astronaut to when I was assigned to this mission and up until the day we launched. So I'd like to thank everyone for their support. It's been really great, and I appreciate it.
Thank you all so very much for your time, and we're all looking forward to welcoming you back home. Thank you.
Discovery ISS, this is Houston ACR. That concludes the event. Thanks.
Thank you, CNN en Espanol, CBS News, and WFL TV. ISS, we're now resuming operational space-to-ground comm.